Is Hocus Pocus 3 actually going to happen? We'll talk about it right now. What's going on, everybody? It's Spooky Haunts, and I'm back with another spooky video here tonight. So tonight, we're going to be talking about Hocus Pocus 3. I don't normally do videos like this on my channel, but I wanted to do a video tonight specifically about Hocus Pocus 3. It's going to be a little bit of a long video. I may go for about 30 minutes, so if you could actually watch the whole video, that would be great. And after the video, just leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me your honest thoughts and opinion on Hocus Pocus 3. But before we get to talking about Hocus Pocus 3, this is something that I picked up in Salem. This is the Hocus Pocus cookbook. And this was something that I definitely had to get when I was down in Salem. I saw it at the shop. And I also got the Mary Sanderson Hocus Pocus 2 pop plush doll as well. So I wanted to share that on the video. These are the Hocus Pocus like meals that you could do, like food in it. And there's some really cool recipes that you could do here in the Hocus Pocus cookbook. I actually didn't really read all of it yet, but I am actually going to see what kind of cool, spooky Hocus Pocus things that you can make. But I just want to share that real quickly on the video. And I'm pretty sure you could also get that probably on Amazon, would probably sell that as well. So it's not exclusively at Salem, but I saw it at Salem and I'm like, I have to get it. It fits for the occasion, and obviously get the Mary Sanderson Hocus Pocus 2 plush, as you guys could see there, which they only had Mary Sanderson. They didn't have Sarah or Winifred, but that's okay because I have the original ones as well in my bag over there. So anyway, let's talk about Hocus Pocus 3. I know that this is a subject that doesn't really get talked about a lot. That's why I want to do this video on my channel, because I want to discuss my thoughts and my opinion on if Hocus Pocus 3 is actually going to happen, or if it's not, and it's just something that is talked about that isn't official. So obviously we know that the first Hocus Pocus is a cult classic. It came out in 1993 and is one of the greatest Halloween movies ever. Everybody watches it every year on Halloween. I know I do. And a lot of people also watch it, every year. It is just one of those movies that you just love it every single time you watch it, and you have to watch it every single year during spooky season, like myself. And we all know that it's also on 31 Nights of Halloween every year, so they play it 100 times. I also own Hocus Pocus on DVD as well, about 3 or 4 copies. And it's just a cult classic. You just love the original. It's the best. And there's just nothing you could say about it. It's just a fantastic film. And especially since I went to my trip down in Salem back in October, I learned more things about witchcraft than I ever did before my trip down to Salem this past October. And then Hocus Pocus 2 came by in 2022, years later after the original. And I mean, I don't hate Hocus Pocus 2. I thought it was a good movie. I liked the beginning of it. I liked how the beginning had the backstory of the Sanderson sisters. So you had Mary, Winifred, and Sarah as kids in the beginning of the film. So I liked what they did with that. I like how they basically did like a backstory of them growing up in Salem as kids. So I really liked the backstory of what they did in Hocus Pocus 2. And then the movie kind of just became a comedy scene at the, towards the rest of the movie. Not hating on Hocus Pocus 2. I like how Thackeray Binks' character was still present in the second movie. We didn't really see him a lot in the second one compared to the first one, obviously, since he was the main character. But the second one was okay. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews about the second one because it didn't reach the expectations like the original, which we all kind of knew that. And also, too, it was only airing on Disney+. It wasn't in theaters, which was kind of weird that they didn't have a theatrical release of it. But, it is what it is. It was Hocus Pocus 2, and obviously they're older. And the Sanderson sisters still look good. They just looked older, but they still looked exactly the same. So the makeup was on point as well. Obviously, they didn't look as spooky as they did in the first one. But, they still have their roles. I just thought Hocus Pocus 2 was more of like the Sanderson sisters were more of just joking around and playing around. They weren't as scary and serious as they were in the first movie, which, if that makes sense, which a lot of people could agree with that, I would say. Hocus Pocus 2 was more focused on kid-friendly movie based on the original, which was more scary and kid-friendly, if that makes sense. But the second one was a good movie. I wouldn't say it was terrible. Obviously, I like the first one the best because it's a cult classic. So obviously I like the first one better, but the second one wasn't terrible for me. It was okay. So now let's get on the topic. Well, before we get to that, obviously in Hocus Pocus 2, they didn't have the original cast. Like they didn't have Max and Allison. They didn't have the original cast, which was kind of disappointing. They kind of went with their own little spin with it. And obviously, you know, they were in CVS in the store, you know, in the movie. And that was kind of like a funny scene and things like that. And then you have the kids that, you know, obviously you got some mysterious things in Hocus Pocus 2. You still see Billy Butcherson. Obviously, he was there. And by the way, his makeup looked a little bit different in the second movie if you guys have checked it out. So if you do watch Hocus Pocus 1 and 2, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. His makeup looked a little bit different in the second one. Not by much, but not as dark as it was in the original. That makes sense. But now the main focus on, I just want to get that out of the way. The main focus is Hocus Pocus 3. And that's the main focus on this video. So we don't know when it's coming out. Apparently, the last thing I heard about it was Bette Midler was on an interview a couple of months ago when she said that the script was made and it's been a written script already for Hocus Pocus 3. But they haven't really reviewed it yet. Like nobody really looked at the script, or they did. And they haven't really moved forward with it. Not saying that Hocus Pocus 3 is not going to happen, but the script is taking a little bit longer as expected. Now, that's not a bad thing, nor is that a good thing. I feel like if Disney is going to jump on Hocus Pocus 3, they got to get into the script soon and read it and try to figure out which characters are going to be in the third one. Now, personally, me, a lot of people are expecting to see the original cast from Hocus Pocus 1 in Hocus Pocus 3, which we all want to see that. And if they're going to make a third one, that has to happen. Especially since, my opinion, I think it's going to be the last one of the series, which it definitely would be. And we'll get to that later on in the video. Like I said, this video is going to run about 30 minutes, so try to bear with me here as well. So yeah, I would love to see the original cast in the third one because we didn't see them in the second one. They never got asked, and they did their own little thing with it. But if this is going to be the third installment and the final movie of the franchise, you got to have the original cast in it. It would make perfect sense for them to come back in a reunion in the third one and just play their characters. Obviously, we know they're older and they look different, but it would be nice to see them play their character as Max, Allison, Danny. It would be great to see that. And also have Thackeray Binks, obviously. But the script is made by Bette Midler. That's what she claimed. The script is made. She's the only one that has said that. Sarah Jessica Parker hasn't said it. I think she knows it, but she's not saying it. And Kathy Najimy as Mary Sanderson also hasn't said anything either. But the script is written out, guys. The script is written out. We just don't know where they're going with this. We don't know if they're taking a while or they're going to redo the script and try to change things up and try to figure out how they can do it. I think that's what they're doing, but they've been stuck in this bubble for quite some time. And I feel like it's not really moving. Like, they're not moving the spokes of the wheel. They're just kind of just leaving the script there and not really doing much with it. Now, obviously, this movie is going to happen. I don't see them ending it after the second one. I know the second one was almost 4 years ago, but I don't see them ending it with the second one. I just don't see that happening. I don't think that would be possible. There's definitely going to be a third one. It's just a matter of when at this point. And Disney also has to get the approval. Disney also has to get the budget. They also have to get the cast. They also have to give the cast money that is a good deal for them in order to be a part of the third one. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that have to happen in order for this movie to happen. So yeah, Disney's got to get the budget. They got to get the right cast. And if Disney doesn't fall on that category and see how much money that this movie is going to make, then it may get delayed even longer. Or it gets to the point where they just decide to just throw the script out and say, we're not doing the third one. Forget it. It's not going to work. We can't get the right budget. We can't get the right cast. They don't want to be a part of it. Throw it in the fire and say the second one is the last one, which I hope that that's not an option. Yes, I would love to see a third one. I know a lot of people probably have different arguments to that. Maybe some people feel that there's no reason to make a third one, and how would they do a third one? And in my honest opinion, this is all opinion, guys. This is not off the top of my head. This is just what I think. That's why I wanted to do a separate video of this tonight. But yeah, at the end of the video, I want to hear your guys' opinions as well and tell me what you think of how the third one is going to be as well. But I do know that a lot of people are expecting the original cast to be a part of the third one since they weren't in the second one. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the original cast. I want to see Disney move a little bit faster with this. Bette Midler has claimed that the script has been written out. So it's just a matter of when Disney is going to just move along with this. And I feel like Disney's taking a while. There's been a lot of rumors. If you guys have seen my Instagram, I have posted pictures of Hocus Pocus 3 covers. There's been so many different ones, so many different artworks, so many opinions on what it's going to look like. And some of them do look very accurate, as it would actually look like the cover of the third movie. And it's just a matter of time when I actually want to see the real cover of Hocus Pocus 3. And I actually want to see the real trailer of Hocus Pocus 3. I mean, that's exactly what I want to see. And we haven't got any of that. We have just seen fan-made covers. We haven't even seen fan-made trailers of the third one. We haven't even seen anything. Until Disney releases an official trailer, then I could believe that a third one is coming out. But until then, they haven't done that as well. So it leaves you thinking, well, when are they going to do it? That is the question. And what are they going to do with the Sanderson sisters because they're evil? Are they going to kill them out at the end of the third one and then they're dead and they never come back? Because we know that they come back all the time for both of the movies. So how would they play off the third one? I feel like the Sanderson sisters shouldn't die in the third one. I feel like they should still survive. That's just my honest opinion. Because it would be kind of obvious to kill them out in the third one, I wouldn't mind that either. Even if they did kill the Sanderson sisters at the end, I wouldn't mind that either. I wouldn't care. That would make good sense as well. But I also feel like if they also lived as well, that would also be great as well. And then you could just end the franchise like that. So that's what I think as well. Will the Sanderson sisters get killed off in the third one? I personally would rather see them live and just... that would be the end of the franchise, and that would be a good way to end it. But again, there's all different scenarios that you could think in this situation. And obviously the third one would have to be in theaters. I mean, there would be no way it would be on Disney Plus. I mean, eventually over time, in a couple of months or a year, they would put it on Disney Plus, which would make sense. You could watch it on stream at some point. But I feel like they would have to put it in theaters. That would make more sense. I would want to see Hocus Pocus 3 in theaters since we weren't able to see the second one in theaters. And I feel like if this is going to be the last movie, they would have to do that. It would make perfect sense. You get the full, excitement about it. It would make more sense to put this on the big screen. I mean, they put the original Hocus Pocus on the original screen this year and last year, since it was the... I think it's been almost 30 years since Hocus Pocus came out, or 25 years, something like that. And they put it on the big screen for a limited time release. So I feel like, yeah, they would have to do the third one. And I know that the Sanderson sisters are down to do the third one. I know Bette Midler said she's willing to do a third one. Sarah Jessica Parker is willing to do it. All three of them are on board to do a third one. It's just a matter of Disney at this point. And Disney has to react to this and jump on this soon. So I feel like this is all depending on Disney to make this move a little bit faster. Everybody, they agreed, but Disney didn't agree, and they also have to get the cast, which we don't know if the cast agreed unless they did, and Disney just can't find the right script at this moment, or they just can't find the right budget for Hocus Pocus 3. I don't know what it could be, but it is taking a lot longer as expected. You search it, and when you search Hocus Pocus 3, it says it's in the works. The filming hasn't started yet, so technically there's been no word on the filming started. There's been no filming started in Salem. There's been no filming in the studios or nothing. There's been no filming at all, so they haven't really done anything with the third one. And going into this year's Halloween in October, I wasn't expecting Hocus Pocus 3 to come out this year, but I was expecting to at least see a trailer, at least for next year. Would be a little bit of an excitement. At least I know that we'll have a date and things are moving in the right direction, but we still didn't get a trailer for the third one this year. So it makes me wonder. I don't know how long this is going to take. Maybe they're going to do the trailer next October. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing my research and seeing exactly, where it's going to go. But we haven't seen anything. It seems like if it's going to happen, it may be next year. So they may release the trailer sometime in spring, summer, and the winter. I don't know. But the filming hasn't even started yet, so there's going to be no trailer anytime soon. I don't know why Disney is taking such a long time to do the filming. Like I said, they haven't gotten the right script. They haven't really looked at it yet. They really haven't agreed and came to a budget yet. So this is another reason why nothing has been in stone for Hocus Pocus at all. So this is something that we have to keep in mind, that we're not exactly sure when Disney is going to actually say something to this. And obviously Disney is the main reason of Hocus Pocus. They are the creators of this movie. So if it's not for Disney, we will not get a Hocus Pocus 3. But yeah, I would like to see it. And obviously this would be the last movie. I can't see them going any more with it. I mean, how much more could you really do with the Sanderson sisters? So I feel like the third one would be the final movie in the franchise, which would make sense. I mean, the third one would make sense to be the last movie. But would I mind the second one to be the last? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be upset if it ended up being the last one, because the second one wasn't that bad. I just like the first one better, obviously. But I wouldn't get upset if the second one ended up being the last one. I wouldn't get upset. Obviously, I know I love the first one the best anyway, like everyone else does. But I wouldn't get upset if the second one ended up being the last one. But I don't think it is. I think the third one is in good hands. We just don't know when yet. Bette Midler said it's been written out, but that's all she said. I feel like she can't give a lot of information out, obviously. And, you know, Doug Jones is the guy, you know, who plays Billy Butcherson. I know he's definitely down to play him again and put on that makeup and be Billy Butcherson, because he's always dead for, you know, 1,000 years. So I know he's definitely on board. I feel like the cast is on board. They just have to get the original cast to agree with the role. And if they agree that they want to be a part of it, then we will see a third one. But who knows if they're all going to agree? I know the Sanderson sisters would. I know, you know, Billy Butcherson's character would, but we don't know about the rest. It all just depends on what Disney decides to do the budget and see if they take the agreement or not. So it's all about money. That's basically where it comes down to. It's all about money. It's all about Disney trying to get the right amount of money and to see if this movie could work or not. So that's basically what it comes down to. This is why we don't have a third movie. We haven't heard anything yet, basically. But obviously the budget was a little bit more on the first one than it was on the second one. Now, mind you, when the first one came out, it was a low-budget film, because the original name was supposed to be called Halloween House, and then they changed the name to Hocus Pocus. So when they took it out in theaters, the movie didn't do well at all. It was a low-budget film. A lot of people didn't like it, and it didn't do well. So we could obviously say the original was a low-budget movie. The question is, did it make more than the second one? Probably it did. But the second one, obviously in a different time, obviously probably made a lot of money as well with Disney Plus. So the question is, where is Disney going to go with this? Do they feel like they're going to make more money just making Hocus Pocus 3 on Disney Plus? Or do they feel like they're going to make more money by putting it in theaters and have it on Disney Plus, which over time, you could also watch it on stream at some point. So that's where they have to think about that. And I just feel like in the third one, the Sanderson sisters should be a little bit more scarier. They should be like they are in the original. Like, they should bring their witches characters like they were in the first one to the third one. That would be perfect. I mean, not like I'm not liking the comedy by the witches in the second one. I just feel like that was too much comedy in it and they weren't really spooky enough. So they could just try to forget about that and just make Hocus Pocus 2 the fun part, with where everybody laughed about it and had a good time watching it. Make the third one a little bit more serious. That's just my honest opinion as well. Like, don't make Hocus Pocus 3 silly like they did for the second one. Kind of change it up a little bit. I mean, even if you want to make them silly and spooky, that would be kind of cool too. That's just my honest opinion, honestly. Like I said, I would like to definitely see that as well. But yeah, they're definitely on board with it. It's just a matter of time when Disney decides. And like I said, you'll probably see leaked, you know, trailers of it, but obviously those aren't true. Those are just fan-made. So I don't really look at those type of things, because it gets you so hyped up and you're going to get your hopes up for something that's not real. So that's why I kind of stay away from the fan-made videos and the fan-made pictures. Until Disney releases itself, then I could say that it's official and it's happening. But there has been no filming happening. It hasn't happened yet. And I feel like if it was going to happen, it should have happened in September or October. That's when they should have started doing the filming. Like, they should have went through the script, read the script, and then started the filming in like early September. And then even if they were done with the filming by now, at least they would have had some sort of trailer at some point. But nothing has happened. The script is wrote, and that's all there is to it, which is kind of disappointing as a Hocus Pocus fan like myself. But yeah, I mean, it's going to bring in money regardless. I feel like, yeah, some people really didn't like the second one. Obviously, they appreciate the first one more. I still feel like people are still going to watch the third one just because they're Hocus Pocus fans, and I know I definitely would as well. And the question is, will the third one be better than the second? I feel like it would be if they have the original cast in it. But just because they have the original cast in it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a better movie. It may not even be as good having the original cast. It all really just depends on how they play their roles and stuff like that. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm hoping for some news eventually over time. I don't know when they will. I feel like Disney's kind of dragging their feet with this. They're really not pushing it. They're really not putting in effort to really do Hocus Pocus 3 at all. But they said the script is made. So if they're saying the script is made, then, you know, she read the script. It's going in the right direction. It's something is going to happen. But like I said, the script could also be thrown out. They could also look at the script and say, you know what, forget it. We're not going to do it, and throw it out. So just because the script is made doesn't necessarily mean that the movie is going to happen. They may just change their mind completely. But let's hope that doesn't happen, because I'm really looking forward to see a great Halloween movie in theaters this year. Even if Hocus Pocus 3 takes 2 years to make, even if they release it in October of 2027, I'm still excited about it. Even if I got to wait 2 years or a year to watch the third one, I will be happy no matter what. I just want to see that there's progress on the third one. That's just all I want to see, even if it takes a long time. Like, we obviously know that the first one was 1993 and the second one was in 2022. That was years later. So I feel like they might be doing it, but they might be waiting a couple of more years later. I don't know. I mean, if that's what they're doing, then that's also fine too. But I also think that they're also dragging their feet as well with the script. I mean, or she could just be teasing us and saying that because she doesn't want to tell people that it's not happening. But I know Bette Midler definitely wants to do it. They're on board with it. They want to do it. And when would it come out? Obviously, September, October during Halloween time would be the perfect opportunity. That would be the best time. But keeping my fingers crossed, I'm going to be looking at some news as well. I might do another video if I have updates of this. I will be doing another video once I know more news. Like, once the trailer does come out, I will post it on my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And I will say that it's officially happening, so I could be a little bit more excited on that next video if it does happen. But yeah, I mean, if there's more news, I'm also going to post some more videos about it as well. So if there's more news that is very interesting, I'm also going to post more videos of it. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I've been going for about 23 minutes. If you guys have still stayed on this video, I appreciate you staying on this video. I'm probably going to go for another 7 more minutes, and then I'm going to be done here. So if you have watched this video all the way through, I appreciate it. Hit that like button as well and subscribe to my channel as well. That would also be great too. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, like I said. And where will the filming take place? That's another question as well. I would love to see it in Salem. That is the question. But Hocus Pocus 3 is hanging in the balance. And I think it's clear to say that Disney is dragging their feet with it. They haven't really found a way to really give us a script and really move forward from it. So I feel like that's one direction that we're kind of confused. It's like they're taking steps, but they're stopping. But we'll definitely see what happens. Like I said, I will keep you guys updated as I know more further information. But I wanted to do this video to give my furthest opinion on Hocus Pocus 3. And I also want to hear your guys' opinions as well. What you think of Hocus Pocus 3. Do you think it's going to happen, or do you not think it's going to happen? Post down in the comment section below if you have stayed to watch 24 minutes of this video. No, this is not a rant video if you guys think it is. I want to see a third one. I know maybe some people don't, but I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section below. If you don't, I definitely support that. Maybe some people just like the first one and they just feel like the second one should have never existed, which I know a lot of people do feel that way. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like as a Hocus Pocus fan myself, I want to see Thackeray Binks in the third one. I want to see the original Sanderson sisters. I want to see the original Billy Butcherson. I want to see Allison, Max, and Danny. I want to see all those characters as well. And the question is, will the third one also have a backstory? Will they also show a backstory in the beginning like they did with the second one? I feel like maybe they could do it again, but go a little bit longer this time. Maybe see the Sanderson sisters grow up as they're teenagers instead of just kids without them going to adults so quickly. That would be kind of cool as well. I mean, what would be the alternative? There's so many things that they could do for the third movie that would really excite us. It would really be very exciting. And I think it's safe to say it would be very exciting because there's so much stuff that you could do with the third movie. There's just so much stuff that you could do. Like if you could think of things on top of your head, there's a lot of things that you could say they could put that in the third one. They could do this, they could do that. I mean, there's just so many things that you could do with the third movie. I mean, there's just ideas. I'm just throwing ideas out there. But yeah, Disney, come on. I mean, if you're watching this video, I know you probably won't be, but come on. You got to give us something about Hocus Pocus 3. I know us fans are dying to hear more news about it, and we haven't gotten anything. We've just been getting teasing and teasers and things that aren't true. But the only furthest update I know is the script has been read. That's all I know. That's what Bette Midler has stated. I'm going another 4 more minutes on this video. But yeah, Disney, come on. You got to figure this out. I would like to see the third one. And I feel like, yes, it would be good, and even if they put it on Disney Plus and even put it in theaters, that's fine too. I would still go to the movies to see it in theaters and then maybe go home and watch it again on Disney Plus. That's even good too. But we got to have it in theaters. That is the main thing. And they didn't do that with the second one, which is okay. They just wanted to make it a Disney Plus exclusive at the time, which is perfectly fine. At the time, it kind of did annoy me, but I feel like I can understand their point in it. I can definitely understand what they tried to do. But the third one, you got to put in theaters. Even if you want to put it on Disney Plus both times, that's great too. But we got to see it on the big screen in a theatrical release. That's just my honest opinion. But guys, if you guys are wondering what is my favorite Sanderson sister, it is Sarah Sanderson. I like her the best, obviously. And then my second would be Mary, and my third would be Winifred. So Sarah would be my favorite Sanderson sister, obviously, because she's funny and she's just a funny character in general. And Winifred is more of like the top tier. Like she's more of like the boss Sanderson sister out of all three. And Mary's a little bit funny too. She does some funny things. Like in the second movie, she had the Swiffer duster as the broom as they were flying in the air, which I thought that was hilarious. So I like how they made like a little bit of a broom comedy with that. But yeah, we got to see them be a little bit more serious in the third one. I think a lot of us, since this is the third movie, you got to do it like that. It just makes perfect sense if you're going to end the franchise like that. That would make perfect sense. But again, tell me what your guys' opinions in the comment section below. That's my opinion. I know I talked about it for about a half an hour now. I'm about to get off this video in about 2 minutes. But Disney, come on. You got to cash in on this. I mean, we got to know something very soon. And we haven't heard anything. I feel like Hocus Pocus 3 is more of an afterthought at this point than something that is actually going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see what Disney is going to do. And like I said, what happens if they have the third movie and they don't have the original cast? I feel like that would be a slap in the face, because what's the point of having the third movie and the original cast not in it? It just wouldn't make sense. I feel like it's like Hocus Pocus 2 all over again. They just went with their own little thing. So that's just my honest opinion. I feel like you gotta have the original cast. But the question is, would the original cast want to be part of the third one? That's the question. It all depends on the money, guys. And that's exactly where Disney is heading. It's about the money. And if the cast feels like they're not getting enough of money, they're not going to want to do it. But I feel like it's all about being heart, loving the franchise and loving the movie, that you would want to do it no matter what. So that's my honest opinion. And how would the story take place? Obviously, it would be a continuation from the original, and the second one would be a continuation from the first and second. Obviously, would make sense. They could leave off after how the second one ended and just go right into the third movie. So that would be kind of cool too. But let's make Hocus Pocus 3 a movie that could be good in a way, instead of a movie being a mediocre and saying, okay, it could have been better, but it wasn't. I don't want to do a video where I have to rant about Hocus Pocus 3 and say that it was terrible, that it was a huge disappointment, that I expected more. I don't want to do a video like that, guys. I want to do a video that I actually say I loved Hocus Pocus 3, that it was a masterpiece. And that's the type of video that I want to do next at some point. So Disney, like I said, step up and make Hocus Pocus 3. Anyway, we're about to end the video right now. Tell me your opinions in the comment section below, what you guys think of it. I will be back on more videos like this once I have more information. I will do some more videos. Very fun to do. But until then, always stay spooky. Thanks for watching.